Let's face it, there are many people out there that are victims of broken hearts because they're stuck in bad relationships, or they've entered a relationship with somebody that is not suitable. In this video, I'm going to explore the significance of selecting a suitable partner and the potential consequences of ending up in a toxic or unsuitable relationship. I believe choosing the right partner is one of the most critical decisions that you'll ever made, or that I feel I've ever made. Don't get me wrong, it's okay to be single. In fact, for the purpose of this video, if you're single, you may take a few nuggets from here and they can help you whilst you're in the process of deciding or courtship, to be able to make sure that you end up with somebody that you are compatible to, somebody that makes you feel great, somebody that doesn't manipulate you, somebody that is not going to take away your confidence. And I think the singleness is a great time to be, because you're independent. You can do everything you love, and you're in that process of deciding who's going to be your life partner. What an exciting time to be. But if you're already in a relationship that's not so great, well, this video might be good because it might help you to be able to be content with where you are. Because actually, at the end of this video, there's some points that I'm going to talk to you about in terms of what good looks like, what I think the relationship should be all about. So tune in and stay tuned until the end for some of the final bits that I'm going to talk about. But I decided to do this video because I got married when I was nearly 40, and at that point I was mature enough. I mean, it wasn't out of choice that I got married at that age, but it's just because I wasn't meeting the right people, and I had had a few broken hearts during that course of time with people that were just unsuitable. So by the time I got to my 40s, I realized I knew exactly what I did not want in a relationship, and I was adamant that I've waited this long, I'm gonna wait until I get it right, until I meet the right person, and I'm not going to be impulsive about it. I'm not going to be looking for the fireworks, the thunderstorm. No, I'm actually going to be looking for a fireplace. I'm going to be looking for somebody who's going to provide me that feeling of home when I'm around them. So actually, thankfully for me at that age, because I was actually intentional and I knew what I did not want, I ended up meeting my wonderful husband, and we've been married for 12 good years, and we've been together for 13 years. So I'm really, really grateful. And you know what? My husband is my greatest cheerleader. I'm doing what I'm doing now because I'm loved, because I've got somebody behind me who's cheering me up, looks after our finances in our home. So we're always content. And he's always understands me as much as I understand him. And he's somebody who is always there for me, and he understands me. And I know that in life there are stages of growing with a partner. So you go through different phases. And if you've got somebody who actually understands you at every phase of your life, then you are blessed. Then you should be really grateful for that. Because out there, if you haven't got the right partner, it's going to be very difficult to thrive, because it will mess up with your emotional well-being. And I believe that if you meet the wrong person, it can affect your emotional health, your mental resilience, it can affect your financial well-being, faith being one of the most important ones. Because whilst you're courting somebody, you need to find out what sort of faith are they. Are they a Christian? For me, dating a Christian man was very important. My husband is a Christian, I'm a Christian. That's one thing that we established. That was a deal breaker or deal maker. So we both share the same faith, so we both go to church together, we pray together, and our marriage and values are based on biblical principles, which I feel is a great thing, because we've got something to talk about. So instantly we had something in common. But this came during the courtship time, when we're dating, when we had to talk about these things. And that's what I feel, because honestly, if you're dating somebody who's not the right person, you're constantly worrying about what they're thinking. Out there are some people that are so controlling. They actually make you lose your mind, lose yourself. They lie. They're not truthful. And and even they're not good with money, because there are a lot of complexities that once you're spending the rest of your life with somebody, you know, there are monetary issues, what sort of house you want to live in, and you know, what sort of car you want to drive, which country do you want to live in, which house do you want to live, what sort of things do you like, because you could meet somebody who is very moderate, who is very modest, who just doesn't like too many flashy things. And you've got to have these common grounds where you can start, and then you can compromise. And I'm not saying that you're going to meet somebody who's perfect, because perfect doesn't exist. But it's about looking at the positives and the negatives. And then if you look at the list of the good things, the positive, how he makes you feel, and you know, during the dating time, and how it's exactly how he's going to make you feel when you're actually in that marriage. So you've got to weigh the good and the bad and come to a common ground where you can sort of reach a compromise. And you've also got to be able to understand that even if, for me, I'm not perfect, and I understand I've got my flaws and I'm aware of them, and we are able to talk about them. And I'm somebody who doesn't get angry easily. Why? Because I like talking a lot. So if my husband upsets me, I'm very quick to forgive, because I want to talk to him about what's on my mind. I want to talk to him about tomorrow. I want to talk to him about something that was on the telly, or I want to talk to him about work. So, you know, he's quite lucky. But this talking that I do, the talking too much, I've also got to understand that he also needs his peace, his time to be able to think straight. So I give him his space so he can play his guitar and do the things that he loves. But the most of the things that I love about my husband is how he makes me feel, how he would like to see me thrive, the compliments he pays me, vice versa. I pay him a lot of great compliments as well about what he does. In fact, when we are in a situation where we are with friends, he's continuously praising me and picking all the positives about me around the people that we are. And I'm also constantly trying to pick him, because he's not one to celebrate his wins, all his strengths, all his achievements. And I go on to tell a lot of my friends about, oh, he's done these wonderful things, oh, he does this, and we currently run a business together. And if it wasn't for him, who looks after the finances and the operational side of the business, we wouldn't have a business. I'm just good at going out there, talking to the people and making things happen on the ground. But the most tricky things, he does them. So I trust him with all our money. I trust him with everything, because we always seem to have more than what I thought we had. And these are some of the things that really matter in a relationship. But if you're dating somebody and they're not even good with money, and they're thinking about is buying these expensive things, when actually they don't even have a home, they don't even have stable accommodation, or, you know, things like that. And also, you know, one of the things that you've got to think about as well is making sure that you don't end up with somebody who's going to make you feel bad, somebody who's almost like giving you a lot of emotional abuse, because there's a lot of that goes on in relationship, where some people can just manipulate you, and they give you unhealthy patterns that can lead to anxiety, depression, low self-esteem. I mean, many women that I know have been there at least once or twice in their life, where you've met the wrong person and they've made you feel like that. And you almost feel like you can't get out of bed to face another day. You look in the mirror, you can't see the person that you really are. And I tell you, if you're dating somebody who makes you feel like that, who makes you second guess your decisions about yourself, who can't see the potential in you, you know, you may be somewhere, but if he has spent enough time with you to see your vision, your aspirations, and he can't cheerlead you to get there, I mean, then you've got to try and think again, or maybe try and, you know, court that person a little bit longer until you start to feel better about yourself, until you start to feel stable. You know, when you've been out on a date and he's gone his own way and you've gone home and you still feel uncomfortable, you know, and your instinct is telling you that something is not right, or maybe it's the things that he says, maybe it's how he speaks to his mom, or maybe it's how he speaks to his sisters, or it's how he speaks about other people. Pay attention to the small details, because then, you know, some of these things, if somebody speaks badly or harshly to their mom, then I don't know, just try and dig a little bit deeper, because I think we cannot be impulsive when we're getting into relationships. And I think it's very, very important to watch out for those red flags, how he makes you feel. And also even the financial implications of being with somebody who's not good with money, who are constantly overspending, because you will not be able to build something stable and solid in that relationship, because you'll be thinking, oh, we need to get a mortgage, we need to do this, and then maybe he's just thinking about, I've got to buy a fast car, or I've got to go out with my friends, or I've got to buy the latest trainers, so it's those little things that one's got to think about. And I feel that if you meet somebody that is the right partner, a compatible partner, I tell you, you will not even have to ask, because you will grow as a person, they will grow, so you will be helping each other to achieve that emotional stability, and you'll be nurturing each other. He can nurture you, or she can nurture you to reach your maximum potential, and you can explore each other's capabilities and ambitions without fear of judgment. You'll be able to really speak in front of that person about your visions, about your aspirations. You might not actually be there, but that person can nurture you to be this bright person, and you can have a brighter future. And I think it's got to happen on both ways. We've all got to be intentional that we can't just expect compliments from the other half. We've got to also give those compliments, and that's one thing that you can learn over time. Start by just being a kind person, and just have a good heart, which is what I'm blessed with, because my husband, I thank God for him every single day, because he's got a kind heart. I believe I've also got a kind heart, so I'm able to reflect a lot when I've done things wrong. Like I say to you, it takes me a very short time to go back and say, oh, honey, I'm really sorry. I've done A, B, C, D, and please talk to me, because I want to talk to you. And then we sort of shake hands and hug and forgive each other. So these are the things that you need in life to be able to thrive as an individual. You cannot be with somebody who can spend hours and days without speaking to you. That will kill your soul. That will break you into half, because it takes 2 years to make a relationship. But, oh boy, if that person is draining your energy, you will not even have any creativity. You will just exist. They will suck your spirit. You'll end up with high blood pressure. You'll end up, honestly, not being able to really live your full potential. And once you've found the right partner, my advice, or to those that are still searching, is that it takes two to actually make a relationship work. It takes two. We've all got positives, we've all got negative, we've all got the good and the bad, and we've got to be able to look at those good and the good and the bad, and be able to actually appreciate and understand, because none of us are perfect. So when I read this book by Alan de Botton, he actually went on to say something like, the good news to his audience at the time, who, some of them were stuck in relationships or marriages that they felt they were not happy, was that, the perfect marriage doesn't exist. But, what you can come out of here is you can come out feeling a little bit better, that actually if somebody's good enough, but with all these other pointers that we've pointed out, we've all got our flaws, and so you've got to live through those. And I just pray that whoever is watching this video, before you get into settling down with somebody, try and look at some of the pointers that I've talked about, how they make you feel, the respect they're giving you now, and are they really there for you? Are they nurturing you? Do you feel you can thrive? Do you feel you can talk to them about your aspirations, and are they really understanding? And those are some of the things that I think you've got to look at us, because ultimately all of us may need to go to the school of love, but however, it's just the willingness to interpret each other's behaviors, kindness, generosity of each other, loving the good and the bad. but not the so bad, the ones that we mentioned in the beginning, And I think when you're looking for somebody, you can follow your instincts, but don't be impulsive, because remember, you are worth immeasurable, and you deserve a partner who recognizes this and treats you with the utmost respect, love, and support you deserve. Your journey towards a successful relationship will begin by making the right choices. And once you are in a good, stable relationship, I'm telling you, you can thrive. I'm a living proof of that since I met my husband, I have achieved a million things. And he's always saying, go girl, you can do this, go honey. And when I make mistakes, he just corrects me in a very subtle way. And that's what I'm hoping, that thing that is stuck in you, those skills, that potential you have, just be very careful that you don't end up with somebody that's going to kill it. You need somebody that's going to help build you up, and vice versa. You can build each other up. And that's all I've got to say today. Thank you so much for watching, for tuning in. But please, I would like to hear from you in the comments section about this topic. If you got anything to add to what I've said, if I missed anything, and I'm sure there's a lot that takes building a healthy relationship, but you can start somewhere. The courtship is the best place to be able to know whether you're compatible with somebody. And if you feel good, you feel happy, that's great. And if you don't, and you've got somebody that you trust, your mom, maybe it's worth talking to your mom. I believe moms, are usually great confidence to go to. But I wish you all the best, and look forward to hearing your opinion in the comment section. Thank you so much, and till next time, bye for now.